Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I know what is front of mind for all of you this morning. I know, and I will tell you that it is something that we are taught in seminary over and over again. Do not bring this to the pulpit. Do not bring this to the chancel. I got my hair cut. My hair, my choice. So we begin. We're not talking about hair. It's a big Sunday that followed a really hard week. And so we are going to open this morning singing a hymn that is a South African freedom song. And so you got to sing this from the bottom of your gut. This is not a song to be taken lightly. This is a song that Nelson Mandela had in his heart, imprisoned for decades, knowing always that he would be free, that he would someday be free. And so what we are facing now, I don't want to say it's nothing like that. It is something like that. But we are here together to sing these songs and to remember the ancestors. On Monday night and then on Wednesday, we sang, I am open, I am willing, for to be hopeless would feel so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, right? So lift me up in the light of change. And so welcome to All Souls, where all souls are welcome. You are joyfully. Joy is the secret of resistance, said Alice Walker, right? You are joyfully called to worship. We are going to very quickly go through this pronunciation for those of you who may not be familiar, okay? It's really, once you get it, it is the most glorious thing to sing. So here it is. Siyahamba, Siyahamba. Let's do it again. Siyahamba, Siyahamba. And then it's Kukanyena Kwekos. Kukanyena Kwekos. Let's put it together. Siyahamba Kukanyena Kwekos. So Siyahamba Kukanyena Kwekos. That's how the rhythm goes, right? All right, so please rise in body and or in spirit. And let us sing. And you don't sound like a bunch of, sing this. Yes, yes. Those of you in the online pews, I trust that you are feeling the energy in this room. We are feeling your energy. We are waving to you. We see you. If you are here for the first time, please let us know in the chat so we may welcome you. Anybody new here this morning? You can't keep up with the name tag. Lynn is saying that she can't keep up with the name tags. Come on, be brave. Raise your hands. We are so happy to see you. Yes. We are so happy to see you. Today is a good day to be together. Today and all of these days to come, we must look to each other clearly, our brothers, our sisters, our siblings, and say, as we said last week, good morning and peace be with you. Peace be with you. Let us make a joyful noise.
It is so nice to see so many people who made their way today who we haven't seen in a long while. It's just good to see you here this morning. Begin by our land acknowledgement. So please focus your hearts this way as we acknowledge the Nahantic, Mohegan, Mashantucket, Pequot, and Eastern Pequot people as traditional caretakers of the land on which we worship and live. We honor and pay respect to these tribes, their ancestors, their lineage, who today uphold traditional practices of art and education. We begin by lighting our chalice, the symbol of Unitarian Universalism. It is a symbol of liberation and freedom. We must always remember that. And I would like to invite Hazel forward. Come on up, Hazel, to do the honors while the rest of us share this together. May we be reminded of our highest aspirations, inspired to bring our gifts of love and service to the altar of humanity. May we know once again that we are not isolated beings, but connected in mystery and miracle to the universe, to this community, and to each other. Thank you. We're going to do something a little bit different for the Candle of Peace this morning. And for those of you here in Unity Hall, I'm going to ask you to once again to rise in body and or in spirit. And those of you in the online pews, I will direct you through this as well. We have not taken hands with each other in this sanctuary since February of 2020. You all know what happened then. We started bumping elbows, and we've not stopped since then. For what we are about to do, I am going to ask you to join hands with the person next to you. If that still not quite yet. If that still is uncomfortable for you, I would just ask you to do this with your shoulders, and that, put your hands on your shoulders, and you're fine, okay? Those of you in the online pews, follow along, and you'll see how this is going to go. So everybody, I want you to hold out your right hand and look at your right hand. Concentrate on your right hand. And in your right hand, I want you to imagine and place trans folks, LGBTQ folks, immigrants, people of color, especially women, especially Black women of color, children and youth, poor people, the mentally ill, the addicted, people with disabilities, people without shelter. So concentrate. Now I want you to hold up your left hand, and I want you to concentrate on your left hand. And there I want you to see your compassion, your kindness, your ferocity, your determination, your love, your power. And then I want you to reach out to the person next to you, knowing that your power, your love, your compassion, your ferocity is holding the most vulnerable among us. And do that same thing with your right hand. Take the hand of the person next to you. And those of you at home, hold your hands together, but know that we know that you are here with us together. And let us say together, 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 forward, forward, together, forward, together, forward. We light our peace candle in honor of the most vulnerable, as well as in honor of our power. We will not lay waste our power. Amen. Amen. I invite you to be seated. You can light that, yeah. So this morning, it is so nice to see so many people here this morning. How many people are here this morning? What? 210. And there are 41 households in the online pews. See, there are a lot of us. So this morning, the story for all ages is one that celebrates what is between us, the power that is between us, and the way we generate that power when we come together and share our stories. So Bruce and I are going to share this story together. It is called Windows. And interestingly enough, the first time that this was shared with this congregation was our second online service during the shutdown, March 22nd. So here we go. Bruce.
Once there was a town where the houses were closed up like boxes with no windows. The people could never look out, and their neighbors could never look in.
The people were unhappy, but they didn't know what to do. One person said, "I've heard there is a God, and when people find this God, they find the answer to their problems." Others disagreed, "There's no God. God is not the answer." The people decided it was time to search for the answer, but they did not know how.
They looked toward the edge of town where two old houses stood, different from the others because each had a window. The ones who could see out windows lived there. They seemed wise, and so the people asked them to search for the answer. Then she set sail far out into the ocean, but the answer still seemed out of reach.
One climbed to the top of a tall mountain. She gazed up at the sky and down at the earth, but she could not find the answer. Meanwhile, the other one who could see out windows traveled to the desert. He looked in the sands and listened in the winds. Then he searched in the cool quiet of a cave and listened in the deep silence, but he could not hear the answer. The ones who could see out windows were tired and decided to stop looking. Instead, they sat together for a while and told each other their stories of searching for the answer. And when they were done, they decided it was time to go home.
As they approached the town, all the people came to greet them. "Tell us," they shouted, "what is the answer?" The ones who could see out windows told their stories. "I climbed a tall mountain," said one. "I traveled on the waters, but I did not find the answer there. I walked across desert sands," said the other. "I sat alone in a cave, but I did not find it there." "Then there is no answer," said the people. And they went home and forgot all about the ones who could see out windows. Days passed, and everything was the same except for one thing. The ones who could see out windows put windows in every room of their house. And they cut down weeds and filled holes and cleared rocks to build a path between their houses.
The townspeople were stunned. "We have never seen so many windows or a path like that. How did you do that?" "We journeyed for hundreds of miles looking for the answer," said the ones who could see out windows. "And we discovered that the answer was with us."
With you? Right here? Puzzled the townspeople.
"Wherever we are."
"But I don't see the answer," insisted one of the townspeople. I just see you."
"The answer," they said, "is in us and in between us."
The people went back to their houses, and they put windows in every room and built paths to connect their houses. And in the end, the townspeople did find the answer that some call God, in between us.
In between us. So ends the story. So let's hold that, right? Let's hold that answer. In between us. That is where the sacred lives, in between us. And the children, up until 8th grade and beyond, you are welcome, and we're so happy to have you here in the sanctuary. But the younger children are going to go with Arlene this morning. Arlene is waving, and you are building a peace machine. And that peace machine's going to generate some good vibes for the rest of us. So go on as we follow Arlene, and we're going to sing as you go. Oh, no, don't go yet. Nope, don't go yet. Sorry about that. Nothing a minister loves more than getting a text message at about 7 o'clock in the morning that says, I wrote a song, and I'm excited about it, sends me the lyrics. And so Ben Parent, God love you, come on up and sing for us.
All right, thank you. Check. Check. Note to self, do not send new songs the day after the election to your minister. I am an idealist to the core. I think that we have the power as a human species to solve our own problems and learn to get along. But I'm also a realist, and I realize not everyone agrees with me on that. So after the election, I'll talk political. I looked around at my community, and I saw a lot of people that live, much more outside the box than me, and a lot of my friends and family and community struggling greatly. And, my instinct is to tighten the circle a little bit. And I don't know, that's just my feeling right now. I can't save everyone, so I'm going to kind of wrap my arms around my community, my family, my friends, and my colleagues, and try to protect them as best I can. So this is my new thinking at the moment. It's called Think Local, Act Local. I can reach out my hand, I can tend to the land, I can check on my neighbor, I can make peace at home, I can come to the table, I can work as I'm able, I can turn off the news, I can put down my phone. Think local, act local, stay close to home. Think local, act local, stay close to home. I can look at the beauty right in my backyard. Maybe learn some new bird calls, stare up at the stars. I can tread lighter than ever before. Lay down my burdens, leave them right at the door. Think local, act local, stay close to home. Think local, act local, stay close to home. All for one, one for all. That might not be a thing. Right here, right now, has a much, much more meaning joyful ring. Let it ring. I can reach out my hand, I can tend to the land. Among my own people, I will find peace again. We can come to the table, we can laugh as we're able. Break bread among loved ones. Come on, pull up a chair. Let's sing. Think local, act local, stay close to home, yeah. Think local, act local, stay close to home. Think local, act local, stay close to home. Think local, act local, stay close to home. Peace.
Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you so much. We wanted the kiddos to hear that and sing along before they left. So now we will sing the children and the children out as they build a peace machine. Here they go. Here we go. We now turn our attention and our hearts to the joy and the sorrow expressed and held in the sanctuary of our hearts both. Those of you in the online pews, Vanessa will tell you what to do. And those of you here in Unity Hall, you are invited to come forward and light a candle of intention as you are so moved. The circle is open for all that is to be shared.
Okay, let us take a look at the online pews to begin with. Here we go. And so we start with Alexis Capon, who shares the joy that she hosted an absolute wonderful family circle supper last night with 9 kids, 7 adults, and her house was filled with a joyous, raucous noise, and she loved every minute of it. So glad. Raise your hand if you attended a circle supper last night. Yeah, that's how we're going to beat back fascism, friends. Circle supper. So next time, sign yourselves up. Kyle says it was a beautiful evening at Paul and Joyce's last night at the circle supper that Kyle attended. Deeply touching and delightful. My beloved friend Amy Rubinger in the online pews says that there's still enough hope, kindness to triumph over this darkness. There is indeed, Amy, there is indeed enough. Michelle Ewers offers prayers and healing thoughts and asks for our own for her brother Richard and his husband Bud. They were in a car accident on Monday. Bud is now home recovering, but Michelle's brother is in the ICU. Oh, Michelle, I'm so sorry. Such a difficult week to have them suffer through something like that. We are sorry, thinking of you. Eleanor McClellan says what a wonderful, warm, and delicious time she had at the circle supper last night. Are you all getting the hint here? It was really something. Jesse, here today in the tech booth, expresses gratitude for his therapist and to himself for getting the mental health care that I need. Good for you, Jesse. Here's to all of us. Shannon Kendrick in the online pews shares her gratitude for dear friends as we support and hold each other up when despair enters our hope. Yes, indeed, Shannon. Shannon is another college friend of mine, as is Amy, and I love that we're all back at 25 West Street, sitting in the living room in this moment. There you go. Sandy Cohn says, after losing her beloved yellow lab, that her friend Catherine has a new pup and may joy lessen sorrow. Indeed, indeed, indeed. And then in the book, let's see what's in the book. The book this morning, Carolyn Carter expresses joy for reconnecting with old friends and coming together to work for justice. Carol Cassidy asks for healing thoughts for John Greiner, who is at L&M after a bad fall. Oh, darn. He's just recovering from surgery, right? Oh, I'm so sorry, Carol. What a bummer. Oh, so sorry. All right, we'll talk more. And I share this sad news that our beloved Bill Hall died on Friday, right? Friday morning, early Friday morning. Bill, you all remember him with great determination. Robin, you especially, right? You were together in that little section of the sanctuary, coming up to light a candle every week. Devoted member of the choir, a real character, and a good-hearted man. Our hearts are with his partner of many years, Sheila Herbert, and news of a memorial service will be forthcoming. Plans have not been made yet, so bless his heart. May he rest in peace for now. And so let us enter into a communion of meditation and prayer as we hold all of these joys and sorrows in our hearts. Blessed Spirit of life and of love, in all the ways known and named, in this difficult week, we are reminded of the table, ever expanding, welcoming more to find their place. It is there that we will bolster our hope and our courage and our strength to act locally, to be here in the beauty together, to do all that we can for all of those in the margins, for all of those here in this sanctuary who are scared, for those beyond these walls who are scared and who have good reason to be. We give thanks for the reminder that when we are together, God is in between. If we do not name God as such, that spirit of life is in between. In between. May we share our stories with tenderness, with determination. And as we do, we give thanks. We give thanks for this day, for this community, for this blue sky. We give thanks and we say, amen. Amen. Join our voices in singing, Though I May Speak with Bravest Fire. It's number 34 if you're joining along.
This reading is from Jan Richardson, from The Cure for Sorrow, a book of blessings for times of grief. I'll read it twice. So we may know the hope that is not just for someday, but for this day, here, now, in this moment, that opens to us, hope not made of wishes but of substance, hope made of sinew and muscle and bone, hope that has breath and a beating heart, hope that will not keep quiet and be polite, hope that knows how to holler when it is called for, hope that knows how to sing when there seems to be little cause, hope that raises us from the dead, not someday, but this day, every day, again and again and again. So we may know the hope that is not just for someday, but for this day, here, now, in this moment that opens to us. Hope not made of wishes, but of substance. Hope made of sinew and muscle and bone. Hope that has breath and a beating heart. Hope that will not keep quiet and be polite. Hope that knows how to holler when it is called for. Hope that knows how to sing where there seems to be little cause. Hope that raises us from the dead, not someday, but this day, every day, again and again and again and again.
On Thursday, as I began to contemplate this sermon on hope, no less, I wondered if asking you not to give up the ship would be asking too much of you, battered as you are. I wondered if it was asking too much of myself. Me, your minister, the most hopeful zealot that you know for the cause of hope. I wondered right up to Friday as I sat in the big comfy chair in my living room, blankly looking out the window onto a perfect blue sky. And now I'm speaking these words to you, and my Friday sermon writing self is wondering, and I'm wondering if there is such a thing as a past future tense, how I'm feeling right now in this moment on Sunday, today, as I humbly stand before you preaching from this pulpit that has absorbed all manner of sorrow and worry and joy and righteousness. How am I feeling? How are you feeling, dear souls? Here's a little teeny tiny breadcrumb of a story. I walked into the sanctuary on Wednesday night at about 10 of 6, 10 minutes before we were to begin together. And already there were more souls in the room than I had anticipated. A good sign. Our conversation that night was prompted by two questions. What are you most upset about? Who are you most concerned about? Our communal lamentation was fueled by a depth of compassion powerful enough, I hope, to crowd out some of the fear and anxiety that had taken up residence in our aching hearts. For those who entered feeling numb, an adjective used quite a lot since last Wednesday, I hope your inner self was coaxed back to life just a little bit. As the hour turned, I felt myself being coaxed back to life. To be clear, I was not feeling a sense of hope. But I noticed something rising up in my heart, something that resembled an emotion that I could not name. Something resembling life. If that's an emotion. I don't know. And that's the story. Something resembling life rose up, and for now, that's enough. All day and night on Wednesday, there were text messages coming and going that only said, I love you. You doing okay? I'm thinking about you. And that's all they said. That's all they said. I love you. You doing okay? I'm thinking about you. And it was enough. It was enough. It was enough. To say what you all well know, it will not be enough to not only carry us through the next 4 years, but also to protect the people in the margins and the most vulnerable. Many in this sanctuary, many, many more beyond these walls. This past week, we lamented deeply. We're still there. We sat down. We surrounded ourselves with quiet reflection. We tended to our sobriety. We tended to our mental health. We tried to sleep. I'm struck by the number of wise people who reminded us to drink water. And now, starting right now, I hope you can feel it. We begin to rise up. We will rise up as our ancestors did over and over and over again, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. We will lift each other up to the light of change. We've got a democracy to save. And the saving starts right about now. Because you are here. Because you chose to summon your numbed out self to make your way to these people, to this sanctuary. You in the online pews too. You made your way. Because as a wise woman said this last week, history did not end on Tuesday. Time did not stop on Tuesday. So we are going to speak the words of one of those African American ancestors together, from the abolitionist, defender of women's rights, orator, and writer, Frederick Douglass. We are all going to say these words together. Jesse. Here we go. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. Find out what people will submit to, and you have found out the exact amount of injustice which will be imposed upon them. The limits of tyrants are prescribed by the endurance of those whom they oppress. Let's go. And let's talk about what will keep our emotional and spiritual tanks full. More than anything else, here we are on a Sunday. More than anything else, hope. Hope. A hope that knows how to holler, said the poet. So we may know the hope that is not just for someday, but for this day, here, now, in this moment, that opens to us. Hope, not made of wishes, but of substance. Hope, made of sinew and muscle and bone. Hope that has breath and a beating heart. Hope that will not keep quiet and be polite. Hope that knows how to holler when it is called for. It's called for. Hope that knows how to sing when there seems little cause. Hope that rises us from the dead, not someday, but this day, every day, again and again and again. And I'll say it again for the fear and the despair trembling in the back. Hope, say it with me, hope. Say it with me, hope that will not keep quiet and be polite. Hope that knows how to holler when it's called for. Hope that knows how to sing where there seems to be little cause. Hope. God damn it. Amen. That is the quality. That is the quality of the faithful hope we are calling up in this moment, because tough times call for a tough faith. That is who we are. Tough times call for a tough faith, Claire Vento. Yeah. And so here's what we're going to do to generate all that hope. That's what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do with all the hope that we are generating. We are going to love each other so fiercely, and we're going to turn that love out to a very parched nation who is not listening when we say, drink water. We're going to put our faith and our love into action right away, because we are the helpers that Mr. Rogers says to seek out when things go very, very bad, and they have gone very, very bad. We help. And we know that it makes us feel better, whether we're making a pot of coffee on Wednesday night or in the streets protesting. We're going to do some damn thing. And here's a few things you can do with all the time that you now have because you're not writing postcards or planning rallies or phone banking. It's what you're going to do with all your time. You're going to sign up for the bus to Hartford that will take you to the Greater Hartford Interfaith Action Alliance's Power Summit. GIA is made up of over 50 faith communities organized to effect systemic change. This trip will give all of us in southeastern Connecticut an opportunity to witness what we have been working so hard to create here in our part of the state. Come and be part of it. See what can happen when people come together to change the system. The link is in the weekly newsletter. You can join with other souls in reading Timothy Snyder's indispensable book on tyranny. I'll be leading 3 study sessions on Zoom, so those of you in the online pews can join in too. Timothy Snyder on tyranny in January. 2 of those sessions will be about the book itself. The 3rd is going to be what we do with this as a congregation. And here's the big one. I was so heartened on Wednesday when so many souls named immigration and immigrants and the safety of our immigrant neighbors as the greatest concern. I share that concern. As many of you know, All Souls House of Hope now is home to 2 immigrant families who have reason to be very concerned right now. We must be there for them. That ministry is one about which you may all be proud. But really, the only souls who are intimately involved with that ministry in any meaningful way are those who serve on the facilities team, who keep that house and the grounds in really good shape, those involved with Start Fresh, there are very few of those, and me as the go-to person when the families are having an issue of some sort. And that's it. Nobody else. That has to change. We need to put leaves on that tree. We need to structure this ministry so that our neighbors know that they can count on All Souls, but on all of us. And I shouldn't be figuring that out alone. I need visionary conversation partners to help build that scaffolding. So are you interested in claiming this as your ministry? And if so, there is a clipboard right here. Just come on up afterwards and let me know who you are. If you speak Spanish, especially, I'm calling you out. Katrina, Erica, who else? Who else speaks Spanish? Enough Spanish. Yes, Suzanne Colton Carey, Sue, I see you. We need you. Poco, that's enough. If you know how to use a translation app, we need you. That's all it takes. If you in the online pews would like to help, Jesse, can you throw my email address in the chat? And you know how every year Carol Bunting, bless her heart, has organizing the provision of gifts to families. We've worked with Safe Futures, we've worked with Covenant Shelter, we've worked with the Neighborhood Alliance. Why are we not doing that for the 2 families who live right in our neighborhood who we are supporting? I need somebody to organize that because Carol Bunting is tired. And she has every right to be tired. So if you would like to organize how we bring Christmas, provide Christmas to these families, come and sign up and write Christmas next to your name, and I know that you're the one. And give Carol a break. And here's another thing we're going to do. Next week, our Good Neighbor offering is the Immigration Advocacy and Support Center. I serve as the president of this board, of this small, scrappy nonprofit that offers reliable, low-cost legal counsel to immigrants trying to navigate our country's truly broken and about to get more broken immigration system. This small organization, I will say it, desperately needs your financial support right now. We are in a scary place, very precarious. Next week, you can help. And I'm thanking you in advance for your generosity. I tell you what we are not going to do. No performative gestures of justice. No blue bracelets, no safety pins. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up any black woman who is creating political content on any social media platform and you will find out. Do not wear a blue bracelet in this space. No, don't wear it anywhere. But really don't wear it here. And finally, I want to share a message from the Unitarian Universalist Association. Jesse, we will move deliberately. We will invest in trust. We will claim joy, rest, and sustenance. We will resist en masse. We will fight fascism and continue the struggle for democracy. We will continue to build our movements for justice. Amen. I hope that you are proud of that. This commitment is your faith. This came from the mothership. This is who we are. This is who you are. We don't hesitate to talk politics in our sanctuaries because politics are our values. It is who we are. We're steady, we're ready, and we are fine. Let's go. Amen. And blessed be. Blessed be.
We give to the work of all souls. Our work weaves the fabric of love called community. To this end, we dedicate ourselves and this, our offering. The offering will be greatly received. Thank you.
For all that you have shared and all that you have sacrificed, thank you. Thank you. Our closing hymn is Soon the Day Will Arrive. It's number 146. If you're following along, I invite you to rise in body and or in spirit, and we will sing. Good. We don't sing that hymn often enough. Isn't that beautiful? Bruce will extinguish the chalice while we speak these words together. Our worship has ended, but our service is not yet done. May our spirits be renewed and our purpose resolved as we meet the challenges of the week. Our chalice flame is extinguished until once again ignited by the strength of our communion. Those of you in the online pews, we see you. Hands on hearts, reach out to us and to the world beyond your screen. And here in Unity Hall, open up your chests and your hearts. We go into this week and into this moment and time knowing that we must be for each other. We must be for those who are in the margins and most vulnerable. We are the helpers. As we are helped, so we help. Let us go holding this in our hearts, hopeful, a hope that knows how to holler when hollering is called for. Do we think now hollering is called for?
Yes.
Yes. Let me hear you say amen.
Amen.
Go in peace. Return again with great joy. I invite you to be seated for the postlude.
Thank you, Bill. That was beautiful. I have some announcements. We're going to start with a security reminder. We request everybody come in through the main entrance. Resist the temptation to, if someone's knocking at the side entrance, to let them in, direct them around to the front, please. If you're new to All Souls and want to know more about our faith community, please stop by the welcome table, and someone, not just any someone, but Lynn Tavermina will be there to greet you and answer your questions. Today, there's a sharing circle for caregivers in Vail, stewardship meeting in Ackerman. Sign up if you want to volunteer to make your own annual holiday craft. Will be in the hall. Friday Night Folk is Friday the 15th at 7:30. Carrie Powers will be performing. The Southeastern Connecticut Traveling Queer movie Freeheld will be shown here at All Souls on November 16th at 7 o'clock. Carolyn's already told you about the bus to Hartford for the GHIAA Power Conference. Our circle supper was a smash hit. We had 53 adults and 11 children participate, and there'll be another circle supper in February. Next Sunday, Reverend Katrina will be preaching. You've already heard for the Good Neighbor offering will be Immigration Advocacy and Support Center. And last but not least, food to the people, boxed or canned soups, please, for next Sunday. Thank you.
See you next week. All will be really a mess, but, you know, but we're here. Carol, what?
We're serving the community on Wednesday evening from 4 to 6 at the Mill Center in New London.
Yes.
And on Saturday morning,
Yeah,
working from 9 to 1, but not all those hours.
right. Carol, Carol and a core group of dedicated souls have been toiling away at the Meals Center, providing meals for the poor, the working poor, anyone who is hungry in New London. And you are in need of more volunteers, right? On Wednesdays especially.
Wednesday.
Yeah. So you saw Carol, you know how to get in touch with her. It's fun. That is a fun volunteer gig, I'm telling you. So, and it's also a good one to bring your kids to, if they're old enough to do such things. So, yes, we're going to help, we're going to do something, and we're going to meet back here next Sunday. Thank you all so much for being here. Those of you in the online pews, we see you and are grateful you've been here. Have a good day.